character that very, very popular amongst the Masters of the Universe fandom, but doesn't seem to have actually done much over the years. In Filmation, for example, he had a fight with Battle Cat once or twice, perhaps, which is crazy when you consider he's supposed to be Battle Cat's opposite number, albeit more feral and less loquacious, which indeed Battle Cat was in the Filmation cartoon. Didn't even appear in that many episodes for some reason. No one seems to really know why. I have a theory that Mattel asked Lou Scheimer to do it, and because Lou Scheimer had the right in his contract with Mattel to say no, he said no. He said, I'm guessing he will have said something like, we've already got Battle Cat, what do we need another one for? Or something like that. Or the writers just didn't find him very interesting to write, which really, when you consider his character, I can understand. Because Panthor wasn't really the character that Battle Cat was. Panthor was literally just Skeletor's version of Battle Cat, who wasn't as interesting and couldn't talk and had no real character aside from being fiercely loyal to Skeletor. But apart from that, he was very, very popular and very, very cool, and there was a reason for this. His toy was quite spectacular. I used to have it when I was a kid, and I was very, very happy. Because, yes, I realise he was effectively a statue. In fact, I'll go further than that. He was effectively a block of plastic that had form. But he was cool. And he was cool because he was evil Battle Cat. Now, Battle Cat was always great as well. But Panthor, I don't know, he was purple. He had green armour. He was flocked, was the original toy. Which might give you a clue as to what the latest toy that, maybe that isn't. Spoiler. It isn't. But the toy was flocked and Skeletor could ride it, and he looked really, really cool when he did because of the deep, dark, massively purple that he was. Yes, purple's a shade. Get over it. So I always thought he was cool. I always thought he was great. He was in a few of the book to tape things that I had, namely the Spot Masters of the Universe. One shot that I had on, I actually had on LP on 33 and a third. How cool is that? I wish I still had it. I'm sure I still do somewhere. Who knows? But he was on that very, very briefly. So I think it was a case of his mystery made him more interesting. The fact that we didn't really see him, that we didn't really know anything about him. So when Masters of the Universe Classics said that they were going to do a version of Panthor, the world practically lost their shit. Frankly, they were excited for Battle Cat, but I think people were much more excited for Panthor. Purple, I don't know, but anyway, people did get excited, and I got excited too, but sadly missed the boat because I have never subscribed and will probably never subscribe to Mattel. Mainly because the Digital River seems to be taking people's money early all the time, but that's something for the podcast. That is not for here. The upshot is I had no real way of getting hold of him until the back end of last year, when Private Spoon messaged me and said, "Hey, you're getting into Masters of the Universe Classics. I have a few that you maybe could purchase off me rather cheaply." And frankly, yes, he was right about the cheap part. And yes, I did purchase them. So I have quite a few shiny Masters of the Universe Classics figures that I'll be reviewing in the coming weeks and months. For now, though, we're going to have a look at Panthor, and here he is. He's spectacular. I love him. I think he's great. I need Battle Cat. I really do. The one thing people will notice when they get Panthor, though, is that he's not flocked. Now, I can understand this. It's obviously cost-cutting measured by Mattel. People were really angry, and are still angry about it. And that's a shame, because I think worrying about one little tiny aspect of the figure that we kind of all knew we weren't getting is missing the point of the figure. It's an homage. It's not supposed to be exactly the same. If it was exactly the same, they could just re-release the figures quite easily, and nobody would be, you know, any the wiser. This thing more than makes up for any lack of flocking that it has. And I'll tell you why. For one thing, the detail on this guy is amazing. For instance, along his back and along his body and everywhere, he has fur. He has actually drawn on bits of fur, actually sculpted. That's drawn on's a bit of a misnomer. He actually sculpted pieces of fur on him, so it looks like he is a furry cat. He's not just shiny plastic as I've seen him described on the internet. He has things like the fur coming off his legs here, which is really, really cool, and that's all sculpted detail. He has fur coming off his face there, sort of like a little mane. By the way, for anybody who says he's just a retool of Battlecat, sorry, a remold of Battlecat, he's actually a retooling because his head is not Battlecat's head. It's completely unique to Panthor, which is really, really cool. I think so anyway. He also, you can see his ribs along the side there. Now I'm not sure whether that's because Skeletor's not feeding him properly, or it's just something nice to see. But it's, I'm sure, I don't know if he's picked that out on the camera, but hopefully. You also, if you look on the other side, where his cat peenie might be, he does have fur covering that. So he's not Action Man, but he's also not realistically endowed, thank God. He's also got some nice detailing on the end of his tail. He's got a little tuft of fur there. And the tail does turn round as well. It goes around 360, in fact. But you usually have it in that position, I would imagine. His face has got some really lovely detail on there. It's definitely a cat. It's definitely a very, very angry cat as well. And the mouth does open and close, so you can have him in a sort of pensive look. You can have him a little bit growly, or you can have him full on, rah, I'm gonna kill you and eat you. And it's got some great detail inside the mouth as well. The tongue is nice and pink and is moulded brilliantly. The teeth look fierce. They look like he's going to bite the crap out of you. And also, they're a little bit pink. It's been remarked on by a few people. They're a little bit pink rather than bone white, suggesting that one of the masters might have ended up being his meal at some point. I also love the eyes on this guy. They're yellow, as nearly neon yellow. So they in the dark, they're sort of piercing through you, as they would, you know, in Snake Mountain there. Skeletor's enforcing something with one of his evil masters, and if they disagree, then you'll see the two yellow eyes of Panthor lurking out from the darkness, ready to strike. And could explain the pink teeth. It might not be one of the masters, it might well be one of Skeletor's henchmen. But like I say, completely different head from Battlecat, which is really, really nice, and a nice touch by Mattel. And like I say, that little touches like that make up for the flocking not being there. Also, and this excited me more than it possibly should have, dude has cat pads and claws. Now obviously on the original he just had a flat piece of plastic and no claws, but this guy actually has claws, and like I say, more importantly, he's got cat pads, which I am very excited about, because, I don't know, I'm a nerd. And they're actually well sculpted cat pads as well. They look like a cat pad would. Which is really super, super cool. And again, a really nice touch by Mattel. So everybody's saying, oh, he's not flocked like he was in the original toy. Well, no, he isn't, but, you know, the dude has cat pads, he's got immense detail on him, and he's by far like 2 or 3 times the toy that he was originally. So stop moaning, I guess. He's also articulated, like I said originally. The original Panthor toy and Battlecat toys were pretty much just lumps of plastic that were moulded into each other. This guy isn't. He is a proper toy. So starting from the head, well, obviously he's got the jaw that goes up and down. The head does turn very, very slightly, but you don't want it going 360 anyway. You've got the neck piece, which does move up and down, which is very nice. You've got the waist, which does turn, and it turns 360 into something that looks very wrong. But it does, and it also clicks into place. There you go. I don't know if you heard that. It also goes up and down as well, so he can be rearing up a little bit. Not too much, but he can do it. His legs go from front to back like that, sorry. He's also got articulation on his first knee, like so, and on his second knee, and on his paw, which does go around 360 as well, so his ankle swivel is there, and it gets 360, so it's very well articulated. That's the same for all 4 legs. So this guy is uber articulated, which is immense. You can get him in so many cool poses, and trust me, I've been trying. He's so super, super cool to play with and just have a go with. Now then, one thing I did say originally is that part of his coolness emanated from the fact that he had armour. And he had green armour specifically, and he has green armour again. Oh, just very, very quickly, just to say that this guy does have a purple and black wash all over him, so you can pick out certain parts of him, like his face or the fur coming off him. It's not just one solid purple. So again, flocking doesn't matter. This guy has more to make up for that. And the same is true of his saddle. Again, it's washed in green and black, and it's a metallic green as well. So you've got this sort of dark forest green and then a lighter metallic green that comes up. And it just looks really, really cool. It's got a couple of stirrups on either side there. It's got a harness for his belly, which does have a little stud on the back there, so you just clip it in. I'll show you that in a minute. And it does fit on him absolutely perfectly, like so. And like I say, the stud just goes in here. It's a bit of a faff to get in, but you won't be taking it off often, so it doesn't really matter. And that just studs in there and fits perfectly on his back, like so. Like I say, it's really, really well fitted onto him, and it looks really, really cool when it is on. And he looks like, you know, Skeletor's badass steed, which is what he is, you know, at the end of the day. Speaking of Skeletor, here he is, and he's all ready to go on the back of Panthor, which he does perfectly. And you get any figure on there, but obviously I would only ever put Skeletor on there, really, and have him and Panthor looking badass. There is one more thing that Panthor comes with that he didn't come with originally. And that is a helmet, and he comes with a helmet here. It's more like a headpiece than a helmet. The opinion is divided. I really like it. I think it looks very, very cool, and it's reminiscent of the old Havoc staff. So you can have him sort of matching up with Skeletor's other accoutrement, and it doesn't really clip on. It sort of fits snugly on his head, which is really cool. And all you do, you get the ears lined up, and it literally just plops on. And it stays on. It's not easy to take off. If you pull at it, it's not coming off. You know, if you pull at it to take it off, then it is. If you just pull at it like that, not coming off. And like I say, it's got the ram horns there. It's got the rhinoceros, sort of almost battle cat horns there. And if you open the mouth, there you go. There you have a terrifying steed on which Skeletor rides. Very, very cool. Like him a lot. Yeah, he's really cool. And I can't recommend him enough. I really want Battle Cat as well. So if anyone's got Battle Cat out there that doesn't want him, that is prepared to sell him for a half decent price, please get in touch. I'd love the set. But then again, I need He-Man as well. So I have Skeletor, I have Panthor, I have no He-Man, which says a lot about me as a person, really, doesn't it? But there we go, Panthor. If you can get hold of him, please do. I am more than happy with this guy. I think he's fucking awesome, frankly. So definitely try and get hold of him if you can. That's all from me. So I shall bid you all a fine adieu to you and you and you. And I shall be back next week with another review. Who knows what of? Could be a Transformer, could be G.I. Joe, could be Masters. I think it might be a Transformer though, so prepare yourselves for that. Until next time, this has been me, Dreadwind, doing a good review. Bye-bye for now. Extra bit, because I lied. Also lied about doing the good review bit. What the hell was I talking about then? That's very self-aggrandizing, isn't it? A little while ago, Mr. Chris Vint, sent me through a few He-Man figures, which is very kind of him. But he also put a few extras in there as well, so I thought I'd take a quick look at them now while I have the impetus. He sent me some baseball cards, or movie cards you used to get in the 80s and 90s. You don't tend to see these type much anymore, certainly not in Britain anyway. He sent me 2 Dick Tracy and 1 Masters, so as it's Masters I thought I'd have a look at these. Now I think they used to come with bubblegum. I think these are just cards, the Dick Tracy ones, but I'll have an open of them now. It does say, or it did say, when was the Dick Tracy movie? 89? 90? 89, 90, sometime now. So this hasn't been opened, so I'm going to open it now. Sacrilege, I know, but these things, to be fair, are meant to be opened. Walt Disney Company. I didn't realise that Dick Tracy was a Walt Disney film. Wasn't a very good film, that's for sure. So yeah, we are now open. I love this sort of grease-proof paper that they give you. This waxy grease-proof paper. That's cool. And we have some cards. We've got a sticker. Is that a sticker? I think it's a sticker. Apparently the Stooge is considered armed and dangerous. So yeah, there we go. Prune Face. I don't know who any of these people are. It's been 20 years since I've seen this film. With his shriveled countenance masking 1,000 secrets, Brewface is a hood extraordinaire, top-notch saboteur who gets a bang out of his explosive work. And these were all famous actors under the makeup as well. And the only one I really know is Pacino, who was there at City Hall. There you go, who was Big Boy, apparently. You got Machine Gun Maniac, who was, I don't know who that is, but there you go. Should have really looked Dick Tracy up, but there you go. Party's over, apparently. The Lawman's on the edge. I know that Dick Tracy was Warren Beatty, and that Madonna was the Woman of Mystery. There you go. Madonna. Worst cop, honest cop in the slammer. Sorry. I think the whole story revolved around Dick Tracy being framed or something. The cop on the scene. I think Dick Tracy appeared at a time when all the fallout from the Batman movie in '89 had come out. Everybody wanted to have superhero movies. They were all really lame superhero movies which they could do really easily and option really cheaply. So you had The Shadow, which was a good film, but you know, it can't cost them much to option it. The Brow, apparently, wanted for international espionage. Damsel in Distress, who was Dick Tracy's proper girlfriend, who I believe was Glenn Headley, I think. Sultry and Seductive, two things that Madonna never has been. You got The Stooge again. Partners in Crime, which is the whole of Big Boy's team. I say it was Al Pacino. This is when Al Pacino officially jumped the shark, I think. And just became lame, because he is lame, and stars in a lot of Adam Sandler things. A Narrow Escape, with Dick and his faithful young partner, who I know from somewhere, and I can't remember, it doesn't matter. Confronting Breathless. Is Breathless Mahoney her character? Oh well. Bug Bailey, who was that's Michael G. Pollard, I believe, who was brilliant in lots of things, and certainly better than this film. Best in Scrooge, I believe he was in. He's also in lots of episodes of Star Trek as well. Behind Closed Doors was the last one. Anyway, that was Dick Tracy. This is the main event, Masters of the Universe, and this had a date on it somewhere. I think it was 1984, and this actually has chewing gum in it from 1984, so this will be interesting, and I probably won't be eating the chewing gum, because I like to live. So it smells musty. It's got that old card smell. They smell a bit musty as well, but these, oh, smell very, oh, it's open. It's been open for the first time in about 30 years. Where are we? 1984. Yep, officially 30 years ago. And it does have chewing gum. It tastes a little bit sugary, and then isn't very pleasant. But it is 30 years old. So I'm imagining this being 30-year-old American candy is possibly the highest sugar count of anything in the world ever. So that probably preserved it for 30 years. But it's all there. Hang on. I will show you. I don't know if you can see that, but it is all there. It's got a nasty aftertaste. But we got some He-Man cards there. We have He-Man Strikes Back. The strongest man in the universe slashes out against the Serpentoids. So it's care for some punch, smack. So it's He-Man, obviously, smacking the screen as he was wont to do. This is suggestive. What was that? It came from above. That's quite suggestive. Interesting. But He-Man rushes to help Man-at-Arms after a lightning bolt knocks the older warrior off his feet. There's Prince Adam saying, "Come on, Cringer, we've got some work ahead of us," which he was wont to do. Summoned by Zoar, the mystical falcon, Prince Adam leaves his royal fens and stops in the middle of a glade. And these apparently continue on the next card, all these stories. They are numbered. Or are they numbered? No, they're not numbered. Oh, that's interesting. Duo for Destruction. You've got Trapjaw and Skeletor holding a crystal. Trapjaw looks on as Skeletor raves about the ultimate destruction of He-Man and Castle Grayskull, because he never did that. Never ever did that. Oh yeah, this is the Serpentoid. This is a little greasy, actually, because the chewing gum seems to have burned a hole through the card. But it's just a picture of the Serpentoid. It says Trapjaw aims his laser arm to stress doors and zap. The doors crash open, revealing a small army of Serpentoids to battle He-Man. You also get a sticker, I think that's a sticker, with Ram Man smacking Skeletor. It's not particularly Filmation-y. That's a very old artwork of He-Man there. Prince Adam winking. If only Tigler knew, Prince Adam laughs to himself. If only Tigler knew he was He-Man, but his double life must remain in secret. Very George Reeves, Superman sort of relationship you had with Adam and Tigler at the end of some episodes, you know, with He-Man or Adam winking at the screen saying, if only she knew, but she knows nothing because she's just Tigler. Beastman's arms bound, snagged. Beastman occasionally, accidentally, pushes the knob on the laser lasso control box. In a blinding second, he is snared by the device. The sword being held aloft nearly, so Adam can transform into He-Man. Prince Adam takes the sword out of his scabbard and holds it with two hands out in front of him. Well, no, he doesn't, but nice try. Oh, it's apt. It's Battle Cat. It's talking, something Panthor never did. Now turning back, after defeating the first of Trapjaw's Serpentoids, He-Man and Battle Cat continue their assault on the Fortress Stardica. And the last one. Skeletor looking into his Havoc staff and seeing He-Man coming. Watching a TV monitor embedded in rock. Well, no, he's not. He's looking at his Havoc staff, obviously. Skeletor observes He-Man and Man-at-Arms approaching Stardica. Well, doesn't he approach? It's not He-Man and Man-at-Arms. It's He-Man and Battle Cat. Copy, people. That's why you need copy. So that's the He-Man and Masters of the Universe and Dick Tracy cards. Thank you very, very much there, Chris. They were very nice of you to send those through to me. I will treasure the Masters of the Universe ones. The Dick Tracy ones probably go into a drawer. But thank you anyway. You know, I'm sure I will look at them at some point and remember that first time I watched Dick Tracy and was ultimately disappointed, as I think we all were. The main fact of the matter is Chris gave them to me, so he's obviously not that fussed either. But thank you for those, like I say, Chris. They're very, very nice. I will be back with you in a week's time with another video. Honestly, no more bonus video after this. Yeah, I'll come in with a good review next week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.